Woohoo! New DigiKey box. Let's see what we got. Environmentally friendly packaging. California Proposition 65 warning information. Well, you know it's going to be good. That's because of this right here. Got some new solder and desoldering braid, SMT breakout PCBs, a new flux pen. I've never owned a flux pen before, so of course it's new. And these little tiny op amps. So I'm going to solder these tiny op amps onto these breakout PCBs. Now that we got the chip out of the tape, we can put it onto the little breakout board here, and you can quickly realize that we got the wrong board entirely. I thought I got the correct footprint here, but I clearly don't, so I'm going to have to make another order to DigiKey or get a different breakout board or something. A few moments later.
Dad, look, you can flip it over.
Now that I've soldered some chips on the breakout boards, I need to test them. For that, I built this op-amp tester. Overall, it's a pretty simple circuit. It's just a single voltage feeding into each op-amp individually, and each of the op-amps is acting as a buffer. So it starts out with a potentiometer just to create the input voltage here. And that goes over, we have a reference LED here that is operating a certain brightness. Whatever the brightness is, when you vary this potentiometer, you vary the voltage going to the LED. Turn it down, the brightness goes down. Turn it up, the brightness goes up. Then I just take this voltage here and then buffer it for each side of the dual op amp. And this isn't a perfect op-amp tester. There's ways in which op-amps can fail where the failure is internal to the chip, and so maybe it's not really amplifying things properly. Or like, you know, it instead of having a really high level of gain, it's a very small amount of gain. So when you set the, you know, the right gain properties on the op-amp, it's not amplifying things right. And so literally it's just voltage followers. These are following this voltage, and my goal here is to just test the connections that I've made after soldering. I'm not trying to check for internal chip failures. So the op-amp tester works great with a known good op-amp here. What happens if we put in our newly little soldered guy here? Well, this is the moment of truth, and look at that. It's working! Oh, this is so cool! So now I have my op-amp back. I can use as many of these as I want whenever I need to. Right now I'm prototyping a bunch of analog filter circuits for a synthesizer project, and I need these because these are the op-amps that I need.